Pacific. Edged by the vast Pacific Ocean, these three states are high, low, wet, dry, and everything in between. The Pacific region of the United States is bordered by mountains to the east and the Pacific Ocean to the west. Canada lies to the north and Mexico to the south. It is a region of contrasts. The Golden Gate Bridge. One of the most famous bridges in the world was built in San Francisco in the 1930s and was, at the time, the longest suspension bridge anywhere. Today, it is still one of America's most beloved bridges and one of the world's best-known landmarks. How did the physical geography of San Francisco impact the people living there? In what ways did they adapt to their environment? Cities serve as centers of trade and have political, economic, and cultural significance. The majestic mountains of the coastal range are not as massive as the Rockies, but they are hugely important. As most air from the Pacific Ocean hits the mountains, the air is forced up to where it cools, and precipitation falls as rain, sleet, or snow. This abundant moisture sustains the fertile valleys and nurtures giant sequoias and redwoods, the biggest trees on Earth. Some of the native peoples of this region, such as the Kwakiutl Indians, carve the trees into massive totems and huge canoes. Three fruitful states. Much of the nation's fruits and vegetables grow in the Pacific valleys. Beyond the lowlands lie the highest mountains in the U.S. outside of Alaska. This is a region of constant geological activity. The explosion of Mount St. Helens, a volcano in the Cascade Range, was a vivid reminder of nature's fury. The ever-shifting San Andreas Fault runs through California, leading to frequent earthquakes, but that has not stopped people from flocking there. The discovery of gold in 1848 brought many thousands of men from as far away as China. When the gold rush ended, these skilled miners were crucial to building the Great Transcontinental Railroad, which transformed America. Today, this multicultural region is also home to one of the largest Latino population groups in the nation. Geography glossary. Volcano, a vent in the Earth's crust through which molten lava, ash, and gases are ejected. The eruption of Mount St. Helens in Washington in 1980 sent ash and toxic gases into the atmosphere. 3 Pacific Coast cities. Los Angeles' famous freeways are often packed with traffic. Los Angeles, the City of Angels, is the second largest city in the U.S. Home of Hollywood's film and the television industry, it is the world's entertainment capital. It is also one of the most culturally diverse cities in the world. Cable cars climb steep San Francisco hills. San Francisco. The gold rush of 1849 transformed a small village into the city by the bay. It was almost destroyed by an earthquake in 1906. Today, Silicon Valley, just south of San Francisco, is an important center for technology. Seattle's striking Space Needle. Seattle. A cultural center, it is the birthplace of alternate rock and roll and gourmet coffee. Originally a great timber lumber area and shipbuilding center, is now a technology and aircraft manufacturing region.